One final in girls volleyball in the city section by Sam Tejada, who happens to be the San Pedro coach, the #2 seed against top-seeded Granada Hills. I'm Randy Rosenblum, set to call the play-by-play. This is Will Reinhardt, the Verdugo Hills coach. And Will, these are the two best teams.
They are #1 seed, #2 seed. They both deserve to be here. We're looking for an exciting match tonight, Randy. The Highlanders looking for some redemption from last year.
Marissa Bubica is sensational for San Pedro.
Bubica comes from a great volleyball family. We know her sisters won a city championship. She wants this to be her year. She's been battling injuries, but she is the team leader in the heart and soul for the Pirates.
For Granada Hills, it's all about Hannah Lebanon. She had 20 kills in the finals last year, wasn't enough against Pally, but Hannah the junior is a sensational player.
You know, I've been watching Hannah since she was a freshman, and she's been a stud all that time. I think this is her year. I think she and Amber Hawthorne are going to team up to really put Granada Hills back on the volleyball map.
Time to check out the action and see who is the Division I championship in the city. These two teams have been dominant against all the competition. Granada Hills, the West Valley League champions. San Pedro's won the championship in the Marine League the last 5 years, and they've won 60 straight matches in the Marine League.
Yeah, it's incredible. They've dominated what is a pretty good league in the Marine League, and they've put themselves in a position right now, one win away from their 3rd city championship.
Granada Hills has never won a girls' city title. Tom Harps won 4 city championships with 3 different sports, but boys volleyball and football does not give him a girls' title. Tom thinks he's going to get that championship tonight. Should be a great one here at the Volleyball Learning Center. There is great chemistry between Lebanon and setter Amber Hawthorne, isn't there?
Yeah, well, they don't play together just in high school. They're club teammates over at, it used to be called Synergy, and now Legacy now. And so with that club team experience they have, they really click.
Our up referee is Derwin Jordan. Robert Simpson is down below. Now, these are two teams that expected to be here, and there's no surprises that each one of them have come to the Volleyball Learning Center trying to win the Division I City Championship. Samantha Kramer will serve. They call her Sam. She's a 5'11", 10th grader. Played as a freshman last year in the championship match, and we're underway. Go look for number 11. This is Lebanon, and she scores right out of the gate. Hannah Lebanon.
You know, I got this feeling about Granada. They've got so much poise and confidence. It's as though they're picking up where they left off last year in the championship match. These girls are ready to go.
Kramer again. It's a young Granada Hills team, but they have super talent. Quico tried to pass the ball and couldn't. 2-0 Highlanders.
And the thing is that Granada Hills has got so much depth and so much balance. You really wonder if the stars from San Pedro will be enough to overcome this terrific Highlander team.
Highlanders have been the top seed in the city all year long. Quico again able to pass it. Kramer with the dig. They go to Lebanon. She's 2 for 2 early on. Hannah Lebanon.
And think about the 2 shots that she scored on. Both of them were off speed, and both of them were just looking for holes in the court. We know about her power, but boy, is she showing how smart she can be as a hitter.
I mentioned she had 20 kills against the Dolphins in the finals last year. She had 9 kills in 1 game. Again, Quico runs it down. Hawthorne setting in the middle. That's too easy. Just too easy in the middle. Driving it through for Granada Hills, Liz Landon, one of the middle hitters, number 6. A quick 4 points for Granada Hills.
Not a good sign for the Pirates to have to make a substitution in the first 4 points of the match.
What a start for the top seed. That's dumped over beautifully. Terrific volleyball by Dakota Ornelas, who set a single season record this year for assists, 780 assists, breaking the single season record recorded a couple of years ago by the all-city player Sam Taylor.
Yeah, she was player of the year that year, and as good as a setter as Dakota is, she's no Sam Taylor.
Kylie Quico to serve, the great softball player and pitcher for San Pedro. Lebanon going up. This time she's contained. Hawthorne to set again to Lebanon. That shot is in. Winning delivery for Jolia Gordon. Outside hitter for San Pedro. 2 serving for Quico again, who was the winning pitcher in the city finals when San Pedro won the championship in softball. They seem to do that every year. There's a block of Lebanon to Marisic. She tips, can't score it. Lebanon bumps it over and has another winner. Hannah Lebanon gives Granada Hills an early 5-2 lead.
You can just see how much she's matured as a player. She's always been outstanding physically, but what I've noticed in these first few moments of the match is how smart she's become, finding the holes. She can turn on the power whenever she wants, but she doesn't need it. She can score in other ways.
Marissa Boyd, one of those starters, and Liz Landon also contributing all year. This is Landon. Here's Lebanon going up. She is dominant early on. It's all about Hannah Lebanon.
And that was off the dome of Anna Maritic. There you go, Lebanon already with 3 big kills.
Another tough serve. Bubaka just played it on the other side of the net. They work Lebanon, the hot hitter. Rolling dig by Quico. So San Pedro finally to solve. Lebanon, who's going to get it back and put it through the block again. Another kill for Hannah Lebanon, who has taken over set 1.
And as she gets her 4th kill there, you know, they don't have to rely on Hannah. What you're going to end up seeing is Kate Kaplan and other players getting involved because these Highlanders have got so many weapons.
Landon serving again right at Bubaka. Marisic tipping, and she has it. It hit the floor before it was dug up. Granada Hills' Margaret Chapman thought she had a clean dig, but it did hit the floor here at the Roy Ball Center.
Yeah, Jalea Gordon coming in, substitution for the Pirates. See if they can give her some outside firepower.
Dakota Ornelas, 2-year starter as the center for the Pirates. Lebanon, beautiful touch. She has all the shots.
And to go with her 5 kills, they've been essentially really intelligent hits. Now we see the best setter in the city this year, Amber Hawthorne, back to serve.
What a lethal combination when you have the best setter and the best hitter as best friends, and there she goes again and again. How often do you see Lebanon not hit it over and win it at point-blank range? They want Hannah again. This time she's not going to miss. 3rd time a charm. 6 kills in the opening game. 9-3 Granada.
Well, Hannah Lebanon has so far put her stamp on the game, and we've seen Sam Tejada has got to take a timeout down 9-3.
Wasn't that an unbelievable rendition of the national anthem by Sam Tejada?
He's got some pipes, doesn't he?
He might have a great future as a singer.
Well, I know he's made it very far into the stages of the American Idol competition, getting all the way to the Hollywood Week round. And so if the coaching doesn't work out for Sam, I suppose we'll be hearing him on Top 40 radio.
Well, I think about what Lebanon said about last year as you look at that San Pedro sideline and Sam Tejada. She said she felt Granada Hills wasn't ready to win a city title last year, but that experience will be a little bit different now that they know what the spotlight's all about, and this time around they're prepared for it.
Absolutely. You know, Granada was going through a lot of transition last year. The loss of their coach, Adrian Moussan, who had passed away, and Tom Harp taking things over. As a result, they weren't ready. Emotionally, I don't think they were too young. They weren't ready.
Kate Kaplan was ready. She roofed it number 19 in the middle. Her sister was a great player, former city player of the year, Kelly Kaplan. Led the Highlanders to the city finals where they were knocked off by Palisades. There's the kill by Bubaka, Marissa Bubaka.
Well, the question is, can Bubaka and Maritic, can they carry the load? And we know that Bubaka has been banged up all year. We saw her shoulder getting treatment before the match began. Just not sure that those two are going to be enough.
4 serving 10, so a great start for Granada Hills. They serve at Lebanon. Highlanders out of that powerful West Valley League. There's a hitting error from Marissa Boyd. A point for the Pirates, 5 serving 10.
What I really wonder is how much damage Granada could do once they make it to the state playoffs. I'll be curious to see if they advance.
Lindemann serving. Lebanon tooling it off the block. 7 first game kills for that young lady. On 11, and she's going to be the city player of the year.
I would think so, and the Scots have played in a lot of Southern Section tournaments that were very competitive, including the Royal Tournament. They, I think, have tested themselves against very good competition, blowing out the West Valley.
Marisic missed it. Tough angle, very sharp angle, and she hit it wide.
Marisic is a load. I mean, she's a big girl, but I see that she's going to be forced to do a lot more than she's probably used to today.
12-5 Highlanders. And Lebanon continues to serve, and now she has an ace. 13-5. What can't Hannah do?
Well, and see, here's the point. She doesn't have to do it all. The fact that she's having such a great start to this match is wonderful for Granada, but if she were to be slowed down, they've got other weapons to turn to. I mean, Sam Kramer just finally getting into the front row. She's just a sophomore.
We had a
Another
whistle.
ace.
What happened there?
Well, what we had was San Pedro out of rotation, and that results in an ace service for Hannah Lebanon. 2 aces in a row, 14-5, a huge lead for the Highlanders.
Does this surprise you? I know you felt Granada was the stronger team coming in, but 14-5 bolting out of the gate?
Yeah, I am surprised that San Pedro has not been able to respond better. I'm not surprised that Granada Hills is ready from the very beginning. I think they've been waiting for this match for a year. They've been looking forward to it. They're ready for it.
Robert Simpson giving the explanation to Coach Sam Tejada on what went wrong. Lebanon again. Bubaka. That's a point. Bubaka put it down. There was a net violation on San Pedro anyway. Again, Marissa's the younger sister of Alex, who's starring at UC Irvine. And Marissa Bubaka, I know, Will, you think is truly a great player.
She really is, and right now she's the only real threat in the front row for Pedro, so she's going to have to really deliver here.
Tremendous effort by Landon as she ran into the team bench, ran into her teammate Yasmin Garwo, a reserve setter, but it's a point for the Pirates, 7 serving 14. And Marisic to put it in play. Randy Rosenblum with Will Reinhardt on IBNSports.com. That serve is long. Want to welcome our viewers watching this championship Division I match on LA 36.
So here we go. We've got the Marissa Bubaka, the only real weapon right now in the front row for San Pedro. Is she going to be able to side out for the Pirates?
They go to Bubaka, who tips it. Controlled beautifully by Hawthorne. Running over to save it. Oh, there's a hitting error. Can't make those kind of errors. It was Dakota Ornelas who just didn't hit it hard enough.
San Pedro absolutely must get a good pass. That way they can get Marissa Bubaka to side them out. Otherwise, they're in big trouble here.
Ornelas setting. There's tipped down by Bubaka. Another winner for Bubaka. Wait a minute, they said she came over the net, so it's a point for Granada Hills, and it's a violation against Bubaka. A break for the Highlanders. They really don't need it. They built a 17-7 lead.
Yeah, and so I think it's clear who's got command of this match right now. The question's going to be, will Granada Hills keep the pedal to the metal, or will they lighten up? With 10-point lead, they're in command.
Volvo is a presenting sponsor of high school volleyball on IBNSports.com. Check in with your local Southland Volvo dealership for all the best deals as the holiday season approaches. You can find them on the web at Southern California VolvoDealers.com or nationally at VolvoCars.com. Well, Tom Harp, again, he is bidding for his 4th city championship in volleyball and 5th city title overall. He got one as part of a football team at Granada Hills. But and he's won over 500 matches. He's got to love the way this one started.
Oh, he's clearly pleased. His team is executing superbly.
Bubaka tipping. Kramer got it back. But this time 4 contacts on the Highlanders. So it's a point for the Pirates. Natalie Heredia has checked in as senior middle blocker number 20. Sam Tejada just looking for a spark. He brings Andrea Wishadell onto the floor. The name Wishadell is familiar. Her older brother Max played in the 2006 loss to Birmingham in the city finals in football. And of course, Benny Wishadell was the hero in last year's city football final, making the catch that tied the game, which ended in a draw. Violation on Granada Hills, point Pirates, and the Pirates building a little momentum here, although it's going to be a long climb back. They're down 17-9. Wishadell to serve it up again. Andrea with some lift on that one. Kramer can't put the ball down. Bubaka has a kill. It's off the block. Point San Pedro. 17-10 Granada.
Well, it's time right now for Sam Kramer to come up with a big kill. Lebanon still in the back row. They might go to her out of the back row, but it'd be nice if they're outside, could deliver here.
Pirates have put 3 together to close it down to 7. Wishadell putting air again under that serve. Lebanon is going to attack out of the backcourt. Another violation on the net. So another violation against Granada Hills. 11-17, 4 in a row for the Pirates. They're eking back into this. You go to 25. Tough serve there by Wishadell. That's dumped down for a winner by Hawthorne.
Yeah, Hawthorne's a very clever setter. She's got terrific hands. She's tried that play once or twice already, and this time it worked perfectly.
Marissa Boyd, one of those junior players. Basically, it's a junior team for Granada Hills. Deep, strong serve. Free ball for the Highlanders to go to work. Kramer spanking, but not completing it. Bubaka trying to get it through the block and can't.
Oh,
that's double contact on Hawthorne. That's a point for the Pirates. 18-12 Granada Hills.
Yeah, Hawthorne really grabbing her finger there. Looked like she may have dislocated, but hurt it in some way. She's really favoring that finger.
Bubaka at 12-18. Tough serve. Lebanon runs it down. See if the Pirates can put it away. Gordon is blocked. Ornelas able to dump it down on the dink.
Yeah, Dakota Ornelas pulling a little page out of Amber Hawthorne's playbook.
They've cut the deficit in half. They were down by 10. It's within reach now at 18-13. San Pedro settling down. Here's Kramer. She can't kill it. Goes back out to Gordon, but we had double contact on Ornelas. Point, Granada Hills.
See, and the bad news is you've got Marissa Bubaka, who's rotated to the back row, and Hannah Lebanon has just rotated to the front row with Amber Hawthorne. This is a terrible rotation for the Pirates to try and defend against.
And Kramer to serve. Right at Bubaka. Bubaka from the deep court. Hawthorne setting the middle. Oh, that's a break for San Pedro, as it was a miss hit by Liz Landon. Point Pirates.
It's a nice little break for San Pedro. I think at this stage I'm going to Hannah Lebanon every chance I get. Finish off this match, get the last 6 points done.
The libero Kylie Quico to serve. That's too long. Granada Hills reaches 20-14. Liz Landon back behind the line. Fauché won the Small Schools Championship earlier today. Division II went to the Taft Toreadors, getting by top-seeded Venice. Hawthorne showing she can play the net along with Kaplan, number 19.
Yeah, nice bounce back there for Hawthorne to be able to spring back up and get the tip down.
Landon again with a good deep serve to Quico. Gordon raising up and putting it down. Point San Pedro. Glad you're with us on IBNSports.com with Will Reinhart. I'm Randy Rosenblum. We're also being assisted by IBNers Carlo Arciega and Gary Sadanovsky.
Well, the passing by the Highlanders has been exceptional so far. We'll see if Dakota Ornelas can disrupt that.
As that run up, I like that circuitous route she takes. There's the dump down. Oh, that's a beautiful dump, but played by San Pedro.
Outside.
Here comes Lebanon. She's blocked, kept alive. Marissa Bubika feeding it over to Maricic. There was a block and a touch by San Pedro. Lebanon got the block.
Yeah, Anissa Baird reached up at the last second and touched it as it was going out of bounds. So that's a point for the Highlanders.
22-15 for the Scots. Hawthorne with the serve right at Bubika. Bubika again will try it from deep. Tougher to put it down from long distance. Here comes Lebanon. Cross-court winner for Hannah Lebanon. 8 first-game kills for the All-City player. 23-15.
And more importantly, no hitting errors.
She has been splendid. Everything she's advertised and more. Ornelas setting it up. Maricic tried to just float it across to the Highlander side. Pirates need to put a ball down. There's a roof. Beautifully done by Anna Maricic. Boy, Maricic is a physical presence in the middle.
Yeah, she was able to gobble up that offering by Marissa Boyd. Look for them to go back to Lebanon right here.
Serena Lindemann to serve, 5'5" defensive specialist. And a junior for Sam Tejada's team. She also can set. That one's down, pushed back down by Maricic. Highlanders didn't pass it well there. 17 serving 23. Pirates reluctant to let this one slip away in set one.
See, now this is a terrific rotation for the Pirates. They've got both Bubika and Maricic up in the front row.
Back set Lebanon. 9 kills in the first set. And it's set point at 24-17. She's such a dominant player.
She has really been the dominant force in this match so far.
Stanford, Washington, and Arizona have all showed interest in her. She wants to play in the Pac-10, and she's only a junior. She really is a Division I Pac-10 player.
Good call.
Double contact on Maricic. Set one goes to Granada Hills, 25-17. A big first set for Lebanon, who had 9 kills on IBNSports.com. Hannah Lebanon was absolutely heroic in the first set. 9 kills, leading her team to an easy 25-17 victory over the Pirates. They need 2 more sets to capture the championship. But number 11 was out of this world.
Yeah, I mean, her hitting percentage is through the roof right now. She had no hitting errors. There was only one point in time in which it looked like San Pedro might have had her contained, and yet the Highlanders came away with that point as well. And it reminds me a lot of last year how dominant she was when she was trading punches with Laura Goldsmith back and forth against the Dolphins. Unfortunately, that time it was the Dolphins that prevailed. Hannah Lebanon thinks that she can do it this year.
Well, and that was an interesting matchup because there's a lot of senior Dolphins, and these were all 10th graders last year for Granada Hills and some freshmen, and they still nearly won the title. So this is a dominant team that figures to be here again next year, but they're not thinking about next year. They're thinking right about now about getting the title, but the Pirates are standing in their way. They're a formidable foe, the number 2 seed. Let's see if the Pirates can get it jump-started with Quico serving as we begin set 2. Lebanon, she's just too good right now. 10th kill in the match, and we're only 1 point into the second set. Liz Landon striking that pose and serving. A winner put down for number 16, Jolia Gordon. 1-all. Pirates need to get some momentum, put some points together as they bring in Anissa Baird.
They need to get support from Gordon. They need to get support from Anissa Baird. It cannot just be Bubaka trying to carry the load.
Yeah, you get the feeling Levin is just so strong and gives them so many points. Another error, another violation on the Pirates. It's just very difficult for San Pedro. They got to do something to at least slow Lebanon down.
That was a real difficult chance there for Dakota Ornelas, called for the lift. Now Amber Hawthorne, who's been the facilitator, to serve.
And an ace. Good call, Will. You were right on it. That was just a serve that had a lot of down motion to it. It was tough to play.
You know, when you see all the fireworks that Lebanon provides, you forget Hawthorne, such a dominant setter.
Great serve, and that's popped over, and a free ball. Kaplan just taps it over to the other side. Ornelas will set. Marisic got it through, and a point for the Pirates.
Kate Kaplan tasting a little flavor of the Anna Marisic offering. But the volleyball IQ, again, I go back to their club experiences together, Lebanon and Hawthorne, playing together for Legacy under the legendary coach Walt Kerr. They have really developed into a fantastic tandem.
And Walt Kerr's here tonight watching this championship final. She put it down with the off-speed shot. She has all the shots, all assortments of ways to beat you. Number 11, Hannah Lebanon. What did I say last year? She levitates?
She levitates, she is.
I said a levitating Lebanon. Was a great young soccer player. Her dad coached her in soccer, but had more skill in volleyball. And her sister Emma's a freshman setter who's very good on the Granada Hills side.
That's Sam Kramer with the kill. Kramer just a sophomore. She hasn't got quite the strength that we've seen from Lebanon, but you can see she's going to develop into an outstanding player. She'll be all city.
5 serving 2. Another good start for the Scots in set 2. That one handcuffs Quico. And I don't think that's going to get over, and it doesn't. Quico struggled with that one, and it's 6-2 Highlanders.
Well, the Buccaneers are not going to have any opportunity with passes like that.
Wait a minute, I can buy the Scots. Where'd you come up with the Buccaneers?
You know, the Pirates, the Buccaneers.
That's a stretch.
Now.
That's a stretch. Here's Lebanon serving.
Bucko.
Right at Quico again. Bubaka striking one down the line for a winner.
Well, I don't think Captain Jack Sparrow would be able to save these Pirates, I'll tell you that.
There's going to be a lot of patchwork on the Pirate side right now.
Ouch.
We're going back and forth here, Will, and it's unfortunate for San Pedro. The back and forth on the floor has not been good enough. They're down 3-6 and also down a set. That's a great serve. Marisic had a lot of top spin on that one.
Marisic has done a nice job with her serving game in this match. Be nice to see her be able to get some pressure on these Scots.
Marisic had 60 aces coming in. That one served wide. Some real great totals. Bubaka has 87 aces. Wishadell 42 aces. The statistics are great, but those stats were accumulated in the Marine League, and now they're facing the West Valley League champions and a great team from Granada Hills. Another double contact, another violation on San Pedro. 8-4 for Granada.
You know, that's a product of just the passing issues that the Pirates are experiencing. I wouldn't put that on Dakota Ornelas. She did the best job she could on that.
Caitlin Chapman, the libero of Granada Hills, putting it in play. And a block for a winner. Beautifully done. Getting up for Granada Hills were both Landon and Boyd in tandem. 6 and 7.
Timeout.
9-4. Harp's team is out in front from Granada Hills. This match is sponsored by The Doctor, your automotive specialist, home of the original 2-year, 1 million-mile warranty on all automotive repairs. TheDoctorService.com. Fans, we'd like to invite you to buy this match on DVD for your personal library. Just click the buy button on the right side of your viewing page. And we'll quickly set you up with your own copy of the match. It's quick, it's easy. You'll have these memories for a lifetime. So just click the buy button right now. Get your own DVD, courtesy of IBNSports.com. That is a concerned huddle at San Pedro.
And you can see Sam Tejada is trying to fire his bunch up. But I have a feeling it's going to take more than a fiery speech to overcome what Granada Hills has been putting out there on the court. And I was thinking, looking at Lebanon and Hawthorne, they reminded me a lot of a tandem that used to play over at San Pedro. And you may remember them. That was Sam Taylor and Amber McCall.
It was a great group. There's a service mistake. One of the rare errors by Granada Hills is Chapman hit it long. Caitlin Chapman.
Remember the 2003 championship when the Pirates were able to defeat Taft, and it was McCall and Taylor that were able to drive it home for those Pirates. And that's kind of what it reminds me of looking at Lebanon and Hawthorne.
Well, Hawthorne is a junior, as is Lebanon, and that dynamic duo will come back again. Now we're going to have another rotation situation, and this time it's against Granada Hills. They were out of sorts.
Well, you know what it was? In the back row rotation right now, Hawthorne and Lebanon are next to each other, and Hawthorne got a little head start trying to get to her setting location.
6-9, a free point, and San Pedro says thank you very much. Deep serve is just long. Wishdale floated that deep and missed by about 6 inches. 10-6 Highlanders. They'll get the ball back, and serving is Marissa Boyd. She too a junior. Kramer's a 10th grader. Landon's a junior. Boyd's a junior. Lebanon's a junior. You can go on and on. Kaplan's a junior. Hawthorne's a junior. All these stars are junior players. Another service mistake by Boyd, but again, the future for Granada Hills is off the charts.
Well, not only that, their junior varsity program is top-notch, as well as their Frost Soft program, so they should be strong for years to come. Junior
Marissa Bubika serving. Outside Kramer. Sam Kramer can't put it away. Gordon. Oh, that's beautiful. She put it in the deep right corner. Beautiful kill by Jalea Gordon. She's a senior.
Boy, Gordon has given them some nice moments. She's had 3 big kills, and they could use that the rest of the match.
8-10 with Bubika putting it back in play. The Pirates back to within 2. Here comes Lebanon. Lebanon scores again. 12 kills for Hannah Lebanon.
This time out of the back row. And, you know, Amber Hawthorne, in a moment where she didn't get a great pass, she knew where she could go. Now, this looks like it could be a very tough rotation. This is how we started the match. Exactly what Tom Harp wants. Kramer serving, Lebanon and Hawthorne in the front row, and unfortunately for the Pirates, Bubika in the back row.
Rebecca Solis comes in. Again, she started as a middle blocker. They take out Wishdale. There's a service ace. Kramer. There's another ball that had a lot of movement. 12-8 Highlanders.
This is the perfect rotation for the Highlanders and the worst possible rotation for the Pirates. It's 12-8 right now. Let's see what happens.
Sam Kramer, who started as a freshman last year. All these Highlanders are back. Gordon pushing it over with the left hand. They go back to Lebanon. Why not? This time she does not put it away as Kwiku was able to dig it. Gordon's shot didn't clear. Point Highlanders. It's 13-8.
And even when they've managed to get a dig, Lebanon again showing the efficiency, has not made an error yet. Kramer has been very sharp with her serve.
Pirates had closed it down to 10-8. Now the Highlanders have run off 3 in a row with Sam Kramer serving, number 5. Let her hit that ball. She's getting that rhythm behind the line. Another violation. This one's on Granada Hills.
Yeah, the call was that as she turned from her block, Lebanon had put her foot underneath the line. So the under violation is called.
And Hannah goes over to official Derwin Jordan, wanted an explanation, and she got it. She's surprised it was on her. She's still a little bit in dismay over that call. 9 serving 13.
She's so pumped she can't believe that she actually may have made an error.
Hawthorne with that quick dump played by Bubika.
Goes outside.
Hawthorne back to Lebanon. She is blocked. Still alive. San Pedro started to celebrate. Now they can. Ornelas finding that corner available.
Now that's the second time they were able to slow down Lebanon, but even there, the Highlanders are able to dig the ball out. Still no hitting errors for Lebanon.
Sam Tejada up, exhorting his team on, and the Pirates are responding. Here goes Lebanon again. There goes the ball. A rolling dig by Bubaka, but a missed pass by Quico.
Terrific dig by Bubaka. Inexplicable that Quico would miss that play.
14-10 Granada Hills. They won the first set 25-17. Best 3 out of 5 for the City Division I Championship on IBNSports.com. I'm Randy Rosenblum with Will Reinhardt at the Volleyball Learning Center in downtown LA. Lebanon, 4 kills in the game. 13 kills in the match already for Hana Lebanon. Liz Landon striking the pose, and she puts it on the Pirate side. Lebanon again, dinking, scoring. She made better her total from game 1, which was 9. She has 5 already in game 2. 16-10. The gap is 6. And number 6 is serving Landon. In the middle, a strong attack from Anna Maricic.
I just don't think that the Pirates can trade punches. They've got to get a roll here. At this moment, it looks like the Highlanders are going to make him walk the plank. No, nothing there?
No. No fish to fry on that one. Ornelas with the serve. Not a good pass, but with the left hand, a spectacular save and score for Lebanon, who's up to 15 kills in the match.
Yeah, the rare set off target by Amber Hawthorne, recovered nicely by a terrific athlete.
Yeah, but the great hitters can adjust on a bad set, and that's what makes them great players. And San Pedro shanking balls all over the place, and they're going to set up shop and go right back to Lebanon. Surprised she didn't put it away. Bubaka going down the line. Here come the Scots again, going to Lebanon. Longer rally than we've seen most of the night. Tipped down by Maricic.
Boy, that's a tough call to take.
Maricic hit the net.
No, he called her for an over. Very tough call to take.
Pirate fans don't like it. 18-11 Granada Hills. It wasn't over. They go back to her. Kaplan this time is roofed by Maricic. The obstruction from Anna Maricic.
Yeah, Maricic is a very experienced player. She's athletic, she's tall, and she's definitely leaving her mark on this game.
Very calm, too. Very composed out there.
I would be, too, if I had that team.
That one's popped over, but wide. And a service winner for Serena Lindemann.
I'll tell you what I'm impressed with is how composed Sam Tejada has been. I mean, I don't know if it's just resignation, but he's been very calm throughout the match, despite his team trailing.
Well, that one's on the line. Popped over in the deep corner by Marissa Boyd for a winner. 19-13. That surprised the back row of San Pedro. They got a little lackadaisical there.
Yeah, but you know, the head referee, Derwin Jordan's overruled it.
Oh, they're going to take the point off. That's a break.
And they give the point to the Pirates.
We're going to have a discussion because Ivy on the side here said it's good, and I think they're still confused.
Well, and then what we see is there's been a protest made by Tom Harp, and the head referee, Derwin Jordan, has issued a yellow card. And what that means is that for the rest of the match, that Coach Harp is going to have to remain seated. He will not be able to stand and coach at the same time.
Now, what happens if he does?
If he does, it would be a second sanction red card, and that would result in a point for the opponent.
So they take a point off the board, and it's 18-14, and give another one to San Pedro.
You know, the reality is the right call was made. I thought I had a pretty good view on it. It did look like it was out. I think the linesperson blew the call.
Lindemann's serve is into the net.
The Highlanders are still in the driver's seat. Sam Tejada's going to have to talk it over. See if he can get his girls to rally. Down by 5 here in the second set.
Well, Sam Tejada being assisted by Alexis Hathaway. Yeah, you're right. They're going to have to come up with a solution. But Ivy Lewis, the line person, had called that shot good and then was overruled by Derwin Jordan. We had quite a discussion, and Tom Harp didn't like it. But right now he's in the driver's seat anyway, up 25-17 from set 1 and 19-14 here.
These are all professional officials. So having said that, Derwin Jordan had to feel as though he had a very good look. He had to be extremely confident to want to overturn that call.
And as you look across the court, Ivy Lewis is talking with Derwin Jordan. They're still discussing that.
I think Ivy anticipated where the ball was going to land. She called it in before she actually saw it land, and I think Derwin Jordan did the right thing by overruling her. It did appear that the ball was just out of bounds. It should have been Pirates' ball, and they made the right call.
19-14 for the Highlanders, and Hannah Lebanon standing tall and ready to put it back into action. Ornelas ran back court to chase that ball down, took it away from her teammate. There's a kill going down the line. Marissa Boyd, the Highlanders to 20. This is the identical score, 20-14 from the first set, and they went on to win it 25-17.
Well, I would say the stars for the Highlanders have outplayed the stars from the Pirates, and now we see the supporting cast for the Highlanders also outplaying.
And the stars are aligning for Granada Hills, looking to go up 2 sets to love. Maricic off a beautiful feed from Dakota Ornelas. 20-15.
Speaking of astronomy, Anna Maricic has been a black hole. Everything comes her way, she devours. Here she goes. She's been great on her serve. Let's see if she can keep it up.
Well, I got to keep it away from Lebanon. She's from a different universe anyway. Enough of that, huh? There's an ace. Maricic again. Will and Randy have a tendency to, we get into our own dialogue, don't we?
We do, and I'll tell you, that was a truly alien play by Samantha Kramer right there.
Stop. 20-16. Granada Hills leading and receiving. Hawthorne setting. She does that very capably, but we have another hitting error as Boyd hit it long, and she can't believe she missed.
And by my count, I think Anna Maricic has got now 3 serving aces. She's been tough on these Scots. She's been a real bright spot for the Pirates.
Pirates back by only 3. They still have a chance here if they can rally back. Lebanon out of the deep court. Can't put it away. Oh, we have a violation, a giveaway on the net for San Pedro. Just when they were building some momentum, they give it away, and it's 21-17.
It's unfortunate the pass caught Anissa Baird by surprise. She was forced to set it. She's not the setter. Dakota Ornelas unable to get there, resulting in the double contact.
Caitlin Champman to serve. Bubaka. Bubaka standing, not jumping, still had enough strength to put it away.
You know, she's a special player, and I'll tell you, it reminds me of a match we saw earlier in which the Venice player, Avery Rice, was playing through pain, and I think the same thing is going on there. Looks like Marissa Bubaka is trying to fight through a really difficult injury. She's doing really well.
Yeah, she's taped up her right shoulder, and that's not uncommon to have shoulder problems in volleyball. Lebanon has no problems. She has another kill. 16 in the match, 7 in the game. 22-18. For Granada Hills, 3 points from going up 2 to love. And a hitting mistake. Bubaka cannot believe she missed it at that angle.
What a terrific opportunity. They went on the option play. The second hitter through is Bubaka, and she just barely missed the line.
Rebecca Solis is a substitution that's coming back for the San Pedro Pirates.
The entire front line of the Highlanders bought into that fake, and there was Bubaka to pound it down, but she just missed.
23-18, 2 points for a 2-0 lead. And Bubaka throws that one over and scores again. Marissa Bubaka coming alive. But is it too late? They're down 23-19 in the set.
She's a clever player, and it's going to be a great thing that we'll have her for another year, as that she's only a junior. She'll still play some more volleyball for the folks in San Pedro.
Yeah, in the middle, that's too easy. Easy for Liz Landon. Number 6, it was put up there beautifully by 32 Hawthorne. You can see they are feeling it. 24-19. Granada Hills sitting on set point.
You know, Melissa Boyd, Liz Landon, they've really given the Highlanders a nice extra boost.
Kramer into the net. So the Pirates finally reach 20, but it'll be set point number 2 for Granada Hills.
Boy, the sophomore getting a little too pumped up on that serve and chokes it up into the net.
Cuico needs to serve tough and keep it in play. A service error would give Granada the set.
Put it outside.
Goes to Lebanon. Didn't bomb it, went to the off speed and couldn't score. See if they set her again. Cross court, it goes to Lebanon. She tips it. It's over. Game 2. Lebanon with 8 second game kills. 17 in the match. And Granada Hills goes up 2-0 with set score victories of 25-17 and 25-20 on IBNSports.com. A deep hole for San Pedro, as Granada Hills has won the first 2 sets handily, 25-17 and 25-20. Randy Rosenbaum, Will Reinhardt. San Pedro dominated by Granada Hills, and they're dominated by Hannah Levitin, who has 17 kills through 2 games. How do you take a great player away? In football, if there's a great receiver or a great running back, if you have to load the box or double team a wide receiver, you're going to do it. In volleyball, Will Reinhardt, how do you take a great player like Lebanon away if you're San Pedro?
Well, there are a lot of different strategies that Sam Tejada and the Pirates could use, but I happen to believe that the best defense sometimes is really a good offense, and I think if they could put more offensive pressure on the Highlanders, they wouldn't let Amber Hawthorne get that pass in such a sweet spot, because she's been able to really work these excellent passes into a lot of kill opportunities, resulting in 17 big kills by Hannah Levitin. So I think they just got to be more aggressive on offense to try and get the Highlanders on their heels.
Sam Kramer starts the 3rd set. The Highlanders win the set. They're city champions. They've never won the city championship. There's a lift. And the top seed off to a good start, 1-0 Granada Hills. Yeah, they're just oozing with confidence on the Highlander side. San Pedro can ill afford to fall behind. And Gordon puts down a winner. It's tied at 1.
You gotta say, Jalea Gordon has really contributed for the Pirates. She snuck in here with 5 kills. And outside of Maricic, she's been a nice offensive threat. We haven't seen Bubaka do as much damage as we expected she would.
See if the Pirates can get an early lead here with Ornelas serving. Dakota with that running start when she serves it up. Lebanon tips, has another winner. Her first kill of the final game. Building on her totals.
She's got a very high volleyball IQ. I think that comes from a lot of years of being a great competitor in soccer and volleyball. She's just a terrific competitor.
Became friends when she was 7 years old with Hawthorne. Another point for the Highlanders, serving tough when they were playing soccer together. And that relationship has just built and built. Now they're juniors in high school, and it's a lethal combination, setter to hitter. They just do everything together. They're so friendly. They just love one another, and that love is on the floor, and it's representing a very good Granada Hills team. Tipped down by Hawthorne with the left hand on, and a very aggressive spot going in 2.
4-1 lead here.
Look at the smiles. You see how happy they are. Kaplan, Hawthorne, and Lebanon. You think they may have a chance in the state. We'll get to that in a moment. If they get there, and we think they probably will. Here comes Lebanon. Say goodbye. Say good night with Lebanon. 19 kills, 5-1 to start the game. Now, the city has been dominated by the Southern Section in the state tournament. And the goal is always to win the city title. But how will this team fare in the state tourney?
Well, you hope they'll be able to take a match, at least in the opening round, and if not, at least coming back for next season, they'll have that state tournament experience on their resume to try and propel them to further glory as seniors.
Again, this is primarily all juniors for Granada Hills. That one's driven through, a rare point as Marisic with that hitter and that great mentality from the middle scored, but it's 5-2 for Granada. Serena Lindemann in to serve.
Marisic really giving it her all. Been a real bright spot for the Pirates. Her serving has been great, and she's been providing nice blocks as well as attacks.
Kaplan. She looked like her sister Kelly on that one. 6-2 Granada.
Nice snap of the wrist. Kate Kaplan pumped up.
How good was Kelly Kaplan when she was City Player of the Year?
Oh, Kelly Kaplan was City Player of the Year, and her team did not even win the city championship. How good does that have to be?
Yeah, they lost to the Dolphins. There's Bubaka doing her thing on the outside. Everybody really gets into that Bubaka.
Yeah. She's a special player. As a freshman, she came in, almost made All-City her freshman year.
Marisic serving. That's not going to get there. When you're down like this, you cannot give away points, not to a team as good as Granada Hills.
Yeah, no, I think that Granada Hills got the Pirates in their sights, and they're closing in.
7-3 for Lebanon as she about ready to get aggressive and serve it up. The floater and an ace. She blocks, she serves winners, she's an unbelievable hitter, and she has a wonderful demeanor. She's very friendly to her teammates on the court.
Oh, absolutely. And I just think, her younger sister Emma must be so proud of her. Plays on the Frost Soft next year, hopes to play on the JV. The family has really enjoyed their sports careers.
Emma would start on a lot of teams next year, but Amber Hawthorne's coming back, and that's why she probably won't start. Probably will have to play on the JV.
Yeah, she doesn't want to sit behind an all-city player and watch. She's going to play while she's on the JV.
It's up to a 9-3 lead for Granada Hills. Sam Tejada wants to talk about it. He's taken his team off to the side of the court to try to at least get their attention and bring them back. As you take a peek at the scoreboard, it's all Granada Hills up 2 sets and 9-3. Fans, again, we want to let you know about a wonderful show on Saturday nights on IBN Sports. It's high school highlights in football. It's on KDOC at 10 o'clock every Saturday. Now, IBN takes a comprehensive look at Southland football with in-depth highlights, feature stories, interviews, and opinions. It's your one-stop shop for all the week's best high school action. So set your DVRs for IBN Sports High School Highlights every Saturday night at 10 p.m. on KDOC. Be sure to check your local listings and see what channel KDOC is in your area.
Neither of these teams had lost a match against a city opponent this year, and I think everyone in the city was wondering what would happen. They were all waiting for this match, and I think, well, we now have our answer. I feel like unless there's a call from the governor's office for clemency, the Pirates look like they're in serious trouble.
Yeah, San Pedro overall is 27-1. Granada is 23-3. That's including tournaments and Southern Section competition. But you're right, they have not lost to any teams in the city. They both went undefeated in their respective leagues. That ball went around the antenna, so it's another point for Granada, and they're up to 10-3 now.
Well, let's see how much fight the Pirates have in them. They got to try and regroup, make this thing respectable.
Lebanon with 19 kills serving. Bubaka missed.
She's not herself, Randy. You can see in that swing, she's not able to get full extension. I mean, that's not the way you want to see Marissa Bubaka playing in a championship match. And I just wish that she were healthy so she could show us all what she can really do.
Well, Lebanon's showing us what she can do, spearheading this Granada Hills team, but she has help from her teammates. On the overpass, Marissa Boyd puts it straight down. 12-3 as number 7 with a strong-armed attempt. Just the demeanor. Look how happy they are out there. They got that feeling. They know they're about to capture Granada Hills' first ever Girls City Championship. How sweet this will be for Tom Harp and his team, unless San Pedro can mount a furious rally. Kramer tipping, and it's in. All the shots are falling for Granada Hills. They're up by 10, 13-3.
You know, I coached against Granada in the summer league, and from that point, I really felt that they were on a mission. You could just see the intensity. And now that I look at them here at the end of the season, they still look like they've got that intensity in their eyes.
Andrea Wilkerson has come in, number 10 for the first time, an outside hitter playing in the back row for San Pedro. They're looking for more offense. That one's long, as Solis raised up and hit it too far. It's a rout in the final set, 14-3 for Granada. So this is what you gotta love. You know you're gonna get the championship, and you're just walking in at a very friendly pace.
Yeah.
Another ace for Lebanon.
And I'll tell you, here's another way to stop Hannah Lebanon from getting kills. Just let her stand on the back line and serve it. She's not going to get 20 kills in this match because she's going to end up serving the match out from the back line.
15-3. So that sense of urgency that you thought would come from the Pirates is coming from the Highlanders. It's going to be 3-0 when this one's over. Another ace for Lebanon. 16-3 for the Highlanders. Timeout, Pirates. The Highlanders are well on their way to their first ever crown.
Yeah, it's disappointing. It looks as though the Highlanders have really packed it in. They're now yelling and arguing with each other in the huddle.
You mean the Pirates?
The Pirates, rather. The Pirates are showing a lot of disharmony in that huddle. Worst time to not be a team in this situation.
Well, they played so well in the tournament. San Pedro knocking off Chatsworth, Narbonne, and a very good number 3 seeded Birmingham team who has a great player in Danetta Boykin, who had 479 kills this year. They knocked that team off. They knocked the Patriots out in 4. Granada got here with wins over San Fernando, El Camino Real, and Carson. Actually, the Conquistadors in the quarterfinals took a game off the Highlanders.
It's the only game they lost, the only set they lost on the way to this title. But by the way, until tonight, the Pirates had also only lost one set. They just were outgunned by the Scots of Granada Hills.
60 straight wins in the Marine League, 5 straight Marine League championships, but it's not the same when you're playing a team with the potency level, all the weapons of Granada Hills. There's Bubaka, and she's dug. Landed with that dig. So composed are the Highlanders. Lebanon will play setter. And she sets it up beautifully for Marissa Boyd, and it's 17-3.
It's amazing. 19 kills, no errors, a complete game. You know, on 11 it would be an all-city setter if she were allowed to play that position. She did play a little as a freshman. She's got terrific hands on top of all the rest of the attributes she possesses.
There's little question who the city player of the year is. It'll be Lebanon, and it'll be well-deserved. She's been the tournament MVP as well. Granada Hills went over, and it was Marissa Boyd, so the Pirates thankfully will get a point, down 4-17.
A phantom call there by Derwin Jordan. Ball never cleared the net, yet he called an over. Melissa Boyd can't understand the call.
Wishadell wishing for a serve that'll give her 10 points in one shot, but you can't do that. They're so far back. Kaplan going up, and she hit it wide. So at least the Pirates have put 2 points together. They're down 17-5.
Yeah, they're trying to make it respectable. I think that's all they can really play for at this point.
25 is the magic number for Granada Hills. That'll bring them the city title. Wishadell nearly hit Tom Harp on the Granada Hills bench. Maybe he was trying to knock. Maybe she was trying to knock the Granada Hills coach out of there.
Yeah, well, a good play there by Java Grooms, number 4, to block the ball and save her coach's head. Even the bench is getting into it.
Solis. Ball controlled beautifully by Hawthorne. Bubaka got it down. Marissa Bubaka with the off-speed shot, placed it perfectly. And a winner, and it's 6-18. Now she'll serve.
But Bubaka has not been able to show that power we know she has. When she has scored, it's been on the touch plays.
Little erratic play by Granada Hills, playing with the big lead. They've given away another point, but they have the luxury of being up by 11 at 18-7. You know, they're starting to think, I would imagine, about the celebration, but you got to still concentrate and play it out. That's better. A lift on Granada Hills off the power drive from Liz Landon, 19-7.
Yeah, I don't know that they're thinking about the celebration just yet. The fans maybe, the bench maybe, but I think those players, they look pretty dialed in.
They're dialed in, but they're a little looser, a little less focused, but it's hard to stay focused. There's a joust. Granada Hills putting it on the side of the Pirates. Free ball. Hawthorne setting it up. Thought that one would be put away by Landon. It's chased down brilliantly by Boyd. What a save by San Pedro. It's going back out to Gordon. Gordon raises up and hits a winner down the line. Point Pirates, they're down 19-8.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do. And Jalea Gordon absolutely pounds that ball into the deep line right there. The corner, boy, did they need that. The Pirates are desperate.
At least San Pedro showing some life here. At one point, it looked like they had been completely deflated, but they're playing harder, trying to stay alive. Lebanon, there's a good dig by Bubaka. Out to Gordon. Gordon tipping, tipped it wide. Point Granada Hills. It's 20-8.
And the really bad news is, guess who's rotating to the front row?
Number 11.
That's right.
But Kramer's very good behind that line serving, too.
The party is over. There's no way they're going to survive this.
You think it ends pretty quickly. Bubaka from deep. Here's the setup to Lebanon. She tips it. Still alive. It's shoved down by Hawthorne. 21-8. 4 points to the golden moment for the Highlanders.
This is the way the match started, and I think this is the way it'll end. Sam Kramer serving, and Lebanon pounding a ball from the outside.
Hawthorne setting Lebanon again. There's her 20th kill of the match. 22-8. They are always on the same page, Hawthorne and Lebanon. Sam Tejada trying to just create, find a combination. Takes out Wishadell, brings back Anissa Baird, but it's 22-8. I don't know what he can do at this stage. Kramer shoots it right at Baird. Well, here's that combination being set up again. Hawthorne to Lebanon. Her 21st kill, 23-8. 2 points away from the Division I championship is Granada Hills on IBNSports.com and on LA 36. Championship point at 24-8 for Granada Hills. The Highlander fans are standing. Kramer to serve. It's just a matter of when. That one's put through. Marisic with the kill. 24-9. Will this be the title?
Well, I would imagine that Amber Hawthorne is going to put the ball outside, and let's see what Hannah Lebanon does with it.
It would be fitting if it was Hawthorne to Lebanon to finish it off.
I would put my money on it.
It's to Hawthorne. She goes to the middle. Didn't go to Lebanon. It's popped long. It's Granada greatness. 25-9. They sweep the Pirates, and Granada Hills has its first ever city championship. That was domination. They controlled the match, did the Highlanders, 25-17, 25-20, and then really took control, 25-9. And they're all juniors and a 10th grader that play. This is a team, we don't know how they'll do in this state. They're certainly the dominant team in the city, but what a bright now, present, and the future is going to be just electric. Tom Harp has captured the city title in both boys and girls volleyball, and again, their first girls city title.
Well, you know, hats off to Sam Tejada, the San Pedro Pirates. They had a terrific season. They were just outgunned. There were so many weapons, but of course, the biggest weapon in the arsenal, Hannah Lebanon, outstanding. I mean, unable to stop her with 21 kills tonight. She outdid herself from last year, and she just really dominated this match.
So it is Granada Hills that wins the city championship 25-17, 25-20, and 25-9 over the second seed from San Pedro. I want to thank Carlo Arciega and Gary Satanovsky. And for Will Reinhart, my name is Randy Rosenblum. In 3 straight, it's Granada Hills, their first ever girls city championship in the city. And we say so long from the Volleyball Learning Center in Los Angeles.